looks quite different in the church tonight, doesn't it? I'm so pleased the way it turned out. I've envisioned this for about 4 years, and finally we were able to make it come to pass. It's even more beautiful than I thought. So I hope it enhances our liturgies and makes the church even more prayerful atmosphere, highlighting the Eucharist and our patron, St. Patrick, and the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This time of the year, many young people are graduating, some from 8th grade, some from high school, some from college, some from graduate school, some even higher than that. And for all those graduates, it's a culmination from preschool and every year thereafter until they reach a high point where they've made an achievement. And that achievement represents a lot of hard work, a lot of planning, a lot of giving, a lot of stress at times. But they persevered through their studies, and they come to a joyful occasion of graduation, which says that, that they accomplished something very great. And hopefully their education will help them to make our society a better place. St. Paul, or the Acts of the Apostles, has St. Paul talking at the synagogue in Antioch. And what he's doing is giving a short summary of all that God had planned from the time of Adam and Eve all the way to the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus from the dead. He sees that Paschal mystery as the culmination of many, many years where God was slowly unfolding his plan. And then the fullness of time arrived, the fullness of time, when Jesus Christ was born, when he died on the cross and rose from the dead, the fullness of time. And you and I are privileged to live in the continuation of that fullness of time. And so at every Mass is where it really is centered. In every Mass, we are present. It's not just that Christ is present here in some way. We are present at his death, his resurrection from the dead, and his ascension into heaven. The Mass is an event. We are participating in that fullness of time, and how fortunate we are that the Lord can share with us his own body and blood in this Holy Eucharist, that we participate in the salvation that God brought about, the culmination. What we're living in is a time when it's already, but not yet, because Jesus is going to come again at the end of all time. In the meantime, we can enjoy the presence of Christ like no one before us could ever have enjoyed, and especially at the Mass. In the Eucharist gives us the place where we truly experience the presence of the risen Lord. And so as we go through the Easter season, celebrating it for so many weeks, because it's such a profound reality, it's the greatest event of all history, was the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, his coming into this world and becoming one of us. And nothing has been greater since. Don't you wish, like I do, that the whole world would recognize that? What a different place it would be. But there's enough billions of Christians, Catholic Christians and other Christians, who believe in just what I'm talking about tonight. And so we're unworthy, like Paul says that he was, John the Baptist said that I was unworthy to unfasten the sandals of his feet. You and I are unworthy to be here tonight, but God has chosen us. God has chosen us to be a part of his kingdom and of his building up of his kingdom. And so in humility, we thank God for bringing us here, and we ask him to help us, to guide us with his Holy Spirit to continue doing the work of his salvation. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.